They say that Mazi NnamdiKanu don't take the British government. They say for all the whole Biafras where they buy during the war, he said they go must make sure say they go pay for it. Oh, now I can say hi, this one is with me, sha. This man, God go bless him anywhere where in there. He said never finish for there. He said that the British government they waka for many countries, for many office to make sure say nobody talk about 3 million Biafras where they buy during the war. Oh, but he said don't worry, if Biafra come, he said that he must make sure say British answer the question. Answer these questions to Biafras. Waiting 3 million Biafras do them. We make them buy us like this. But however, let's listen for waiting the indefeatable leader Mazi NnamdiKanu talk. Before we go inside them, welcome back to Balabas Gist. If today is the first time where they come across this wonderful channel, you are highly welcome. We see here they bring you updates back to back as it they hot. My wonderful people, please watch this video from beginning to end before we come back and continue. We are fully back in TikTok. For those of you where they look for us for there, they just type Balabas Gist, you go see us. We there now as it they hot. Now but belle people know where go they talk, may they carry our can, but we are back again and doing what we know how to do it best. Okay, my wonderful people, let's jump into the matter where we get for our hand today. They say that the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi NnamdiKanu, in his old broadcast, remember us something today that we want to bring you here. He said this thing that Biafra will come and that the British must answer a question of why they buy over 3 million Biafras. As we they talk now, oh, may you watch this video before we come back, Uncle, because we got a lot of things we want to talk for inside. But before we go inside, though, may I tell you the message where Bola Ahmed Tinubu send. He said that Mona, no worry, say all of us go into this hardship together and we'll go waka come outside together. However, more listen to what Mazi NnamdiKanu talk.
Britain and Biafra, the case for genocide examined. This is the irrefutable fact. And the figures pointing to the fact that Britain is complicit in genocide. If you're wondering why Biafra is not listed as a genocide case, it's because of this very article, as outlined by The Spectator, a British publication on the 26th of December 1968. That is why you can write the list of genocide all over the world. There will be no Biafra. Do you know who excluded Biafra from the list? Britain, because of the role they played. We have this very article here. It is from the Spectator archive. How Britain committed genocide. How Britain you're looking at is actually as bad as Hitler. Nazi party. We have all the proof here. The only reason why the Nazis were held to account was because the Jews were living in Europe. Biafrans are in the darkest West Africa. Nobody gives a damn about them. It is also in the Bible that they will kill you, cry, but nobody will come to your rescue. I am reading from Obron Wall's report on the 26th of December 1968, published in the Spectator newspaper of United Kingdom in Great Britain. That very publication outlined the case of genocide against the British Christianity. You must listen very carefully. For as long as any Christian, liberal or humanitarian tradition survives, the year 1968 will be remembered of implementing one aspect of its peacetime foreign policy. That peacetime foreign policy is one Nigeria, because the British, they are white people. They created Nigeria because a white man created Nigeria. Who is a black man to try and break it? The world cleverly forgot that there was no Nigeria before the white man came. There was no Nigeria before the British came. Nigeria was created by a white man, not by African people. Your ancestors did not create one Nigeria. Your forefathers did not create one Nigeria. It was a white man, a Betul, that came and created one Nigeria. The British government at the time, under Harold Wilson's Labour Party, wanted to maintain this white supremacist approach. We are white people. How dare you black monkeys from Africa try to break something that we created? As I told you before, as I read yesterday from the scriptures, as Britain was committing genocide in Biafra land, British people did not know about it. Till tomorrow morning, ordinary British people don't know what their government did, because there was a blanket coverage all the way throughout no independent media. People like The Spectator or the likes of Frederick Forsyth, who we are reporting, nobody was paying attention to them because BBC decided that we must die. BBC said Biafran people must be killed. How dare you try to stop what we created in Black Africa? Who are you to create Biafra? We are God. Very few people in England have any awareness of the fact that their own country, Britain, was committing atrocity, mass murder in Black Africa. Like most Germans after the war, they will be able to say that they did not know what was being done in their name. British people don't know that their government was killing millions upon millions of people in Biafra land for the sake of the British, ordinary British, so they can be looked upon as God, that they are the creators of everything that they survey. Although photographs of the atrocities being perpetrated in Biafra have appeared in most newspapers, the general impression given by the captions and news coverage is that the children are starving to death as the result of famine brought about by the war. Lies did not begin today. Britain was going about covering their lies. But do you know that the reason why Biafra doesn't come up as a major genocide case is because Britain will be implicated in it? The same way that the world viewed Germans after the whole Nazi debacle is how the world would have viewed Britain. They don't want to be seen as mass killers, so they go about pretending. They go about suppressing the very fact that Biafrans were murdered in their millions. Who killed them? Britain and Goa. Here is irrefutable fact. This very article was written by a white man saying that their country was committing genocide. Britain was committing genocide in Biafra land. Britain is complicit in the death of millions of people in Biafra land, and even their own people know it. BBC will say, oh no, it is, the people are starving because of famine. We don't suffer from famine in Biafra land. We have rainy season. There is no famine. We have never had any famine in Biafra land before in our history. Never. All of a sudden, there is famine. Not a single newspaper has seen it fit. Even The Spectator was angry. This very white man writing was so upset as to what was happening. Not a single newspaper in England has seen fit to point out that the children are dying as a direct and intended result of a siege which is supported by the British government. When I told you that Britain enforced air, land and sea blockade, it's called a siege, you won't believe me. But here it is being confirmed by white people. This is an article written by a white man in a British newspaper as far back as 1968, reminding the British people that you people are here pretending you don't know what is happening. Your government is killing people in Biafra. Biafran people are dying as a direct result of the blockade of Biafra land by the British. It's very clear for the world to see. Very, very clear for the world to see. And they will pay the compensation for this. We are presenting to you this very evening the irrefutable fact and figures that we did not fight Hausa Fulani, they are no problem. We fought the British. The British enforced a very criminal air, land and sea blockade to stop us from getting food and arms during the war. But Britain was writing to Russia, asking Russia to support it, to provide arms to Goa. Without the British, we will take over our land in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we take it over. It's the British supporting them. And the evidence is here for the whole world to see. Everybody must have a copy of this. Very, very critical and important. So that when you look at Britain, you know that Britain are killers. When you look at the British government, you know that they are murderers. The same way you view Adolf Hitler is how you should view the British government, because they are also killers.
Yeah, my wonderful people, welcome back. As you don't listen for waiting, the great leader Mazi NnamdiKanu talk for this video, the Mandela of our own time. No be small thing. I don't know the kind of love I get for where this man did, but however, this love is unshareable. So my people, British will not get anything first. I'm a G0vt To. British will not get business with them. You see the way that you see Israel there now, maybe even USF, they not born them well to go to say and they want to do this with Israel. They not born them well. So that's why all of them they fear say if these people did their own, no, una no go drink water. Wait till we need to go home. When we reach home, then we can look our bushes, turn them to London. Give ourselves the better life. good hospital, good education, good transportation network, good public service, everything wey we don build Biafra like the way we want, then our military will be our priority. When everything don dey for them, all this country wey put hand by us, we will come ask them question. Why una do that in that time? Na so e be o. They know, that's why they no want am at all. My people, may you let us know what you talk, your own contribution for inside comment section, and let's us bring this information come give you now. Hey, they say that the Bola men Tinubu they told us say make una no worry o. You see, we can feed ourselves. Say they no need to buy food anywhere. Watch the video before we come back and continue.
We will be able to feed ourselves. We are going to cultivate more farmlands. We are going to equip farmers with low interest or no interest loans. We are going to bring tractors into this economy. We are going to invest in irrigations for this country. Nigeria will become net exporters of food. That is the sooner. And that is where I grew up to understand it. The problem of the country on livestock will change. We will change that. Nigeria will live in harmony and become economically viable, buoyant, and happy with production of milk, production of animal husbandry, production of veterinary jobs, and all.
Yeah, my wonderful people. No be small thing, no. Shebi, don't hear them. I beg ndị Igbo, wanna no join any protest, no join, no join. Leave them, maybe they do their thing because they say me no call, me no call. My people, no be small thing. Na so e be o. Now say mo bring a conscious one. So may you try feed yourself as the president. Don't talk am. Tinubu, your 7 years remaining, 7.5 years, Abi. Now sure we go vote for you that time. My people, I bet wanna share this video and make sure say they follow this channel for more updates as it dey hot.